So you can't escape it, right? The AI conversation, it's everywhere. Hype, fear, breakthroughs, it's a total whirlwind. But what if we're all looking at this from the wrong angle? We're going to cut through all that noise and try to reframe the whole debate. Let's get into it.
Okay, first things first. Why does this all feel so intense? I mean, really, the speed and the scale of what's happening right now is just unlike anything we've ever seen. And that's created this, well, this perfect storm of excitement mixed with a whole lot of anxiety.
Just look at this number, 100 million. That's how many people jumped on ChatGPT in just its first 2 months. 2 months! To give you some perspective, it took Instagram 2.5 years to get to that same number. That's just wild. Yeah, that explosive growth made it officially the fastest growing app in history. And think about it, that wasn't just a product launch. Oh no. That one event kicked off what feels like a global AI arms race. You've got companies, even entire countries, just scrambling to keep up.
And of course, with a race like that comes the fear. You see headlines just like this one popping up all the time, right? They seem to confirm everyone's worst nightmare, that AI is coming for our jobs. I mean, it's no wonder people are feeling anxious. But here's where it gets really interesting. What if that whole fear-based story is completely missing the point? What if the real story here isn't about us being replaced, but about us being enabled?
The key, really, is to just shift our thinking. We need to stop seeing AI as some kind of rival and start seeing it for what it is. Think of it like, well, like the calculator or the internet. It's a powerful tool, for sure, but it's a tool designed to help us, to augment our own abilities, not to make us obsolete.
So, to really get our heads around this, we have to be totally honest about what AI can't do. Seriously, understanding its limitations is maybe even more important than getting dazzled by all the cool stuff it can do.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. Look, can AI help us brainstorm ideas? Absolutely. Can it summarize a mountain of data or automate boring tasks? You bet. But, and this is a huge but, it can't think for you. It has no real understanding of context. And most critically, you can't hold it accountable.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This comes directly from the people who are building these things. As some Apple engineers put it, these large language models, the engine behind stuff like ChatGPT, they're basically masters of illusion. They're just incredibly good at matching patterns and predicting the next word. There's no real reasoning going on. They literally don't understand what they're saying. And that right there is exactly why you always hear about needing a human in the loop. It's not just some nice-to-have suggestion. It's absolutely essential. I mean, when it comes to any big decision, anything that requires real empathy or nuance or an ethical call, a human has to be the one to make that final decision, period.
Okay, so this all leads us to the solution, right? If AI is this super powerful tool, well, like any powerful tool, it needs some guardrails. It needs rules. And that, my friends, is where governance comes into the picture.
And I just love this way of thinking about it from Professor Decay. He says we should think of AI systems like children that need our guidance. It just frames our roles so perfectly, doesn't it? We're not just sitting back and watching this happen. No, we're the teachers here. We're responsible for how it grows up.
So that guidance gets formalized in something called AI governance. And look, this isn't about creating a bunch of red tape. Not at all. It's the absolute foundation for doing this stuff responsibly. It's how we make sure these systems are fair, that they're transparent, and that they're actually working for us,
There's actually a pretty easy way to remember the core ideas here. Just think PTA. First up is P for permission, getting clear consent for how data is used. Then T for transparency. We need to know how the AI got to its answer. And finally, A for accountability, making sure that at the end of the day, a human is the one responsible for what happens. So why does all this matter so much? It's simple, really. Good governance builds trust. When you actually understand how a tool works and you know there are safeguards in place, you're way more likely to use it, to work with it, and to really unlock what it can do.
Okay, so let's bring this all back down to earth. What's the actual path forward for companies and, for all of us in the workforce? How do we actually put this stuff into practice?
The goal has got to be augmentation, not replacement. It's all about giving people tools so they can work faster and smarter, so they can make better decisions. And yeah, so they can get rid of all that tedious work and free up their brains for what we humans do best, being creative and strategic.
And this really puts every leader at a fork in the road. You've got two paths. The wrong path? Using AI as just a blunt instrument to slash headcount. But the right path? is to see it as an investment in your people, a way to upskill your teams and make everyone even better at their jobs. When you boil it all down, it's pretty simple. AI is here. It's incredibly powerful, and it's not going anywhere. But its true potential, that's only going to be unlocked by us. It needs our strategy, our oversight, our intelligence to guide it.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Maybe, just maybe, we've been asking the completely wrong question this whole time. Let's stop asking if AI will replace us and start asking how we can use it to evolve. Because the future isn't about replacement, it's about evolution.